Keep me flying over there.
Keep going over to London. Ladies and gentlemen,
London
welcome
town.
welcome to a brand new episode of On It. We are here. You got me, you got Devin. The man is back. We are back here to talk about some football. Talk
I was on
football.
administrative leave.
Administrative leave.
I was in downtown Baltimore.
Oh man. Yeah,
Sorry.
see, that's the thing. Yeah, see.
I got punched in my no. I started claiming to be the dude who got the
were
shit
you
kicked
one
out
of the
of him.
Commanders fans that got assaulted by that
That'd be sick.
a
No,
Ravens
if you
fan?
saw a dude wearing a Jahan Dotson Commanders jersey, that was me.
Yeah, but no one's beating up a guy with a Jahan Dotson Commanders jersey on.
No, they're
honestly wearing that.
They're gonna give him a hug
and yeah,
feel sorry for
feel bad for you. But either way, we are back. You got me. You got Devin. Week 7 preview predictions. We got some trades that went down. Some comments that were made by some certain players. We just there's a lot that happened since since the last episode. Just like Robert Saleh getting fired the day after the last Tuesday episode.
Mm-hmm.
Davantae Adams and Amari Cooper get traded the
On a
day
Tuesday.
after I post the last Tuesday episode. But, I mean, we can get into those trades or we can get right into these Week 7 predictions.
Yeah. We can talk trades.
All right. So,
this is gonna be like I don't know. To me, both these trades feel similar to DeAndre Hopkins getting traded.
No,
a little bit.
Absolutely.
No, there is that potential that it's gonna be a wash fest.
It's not even close to that.
Could be a wash fest.
It's not even close to that. That is
very well could be.
That is an awful comparison.
It's okay.
To what? D-Hop to Arizona?
Either one, D-Hop to Arizona or Tennessee. More so Arizona.
No. D-Hop to Arizona was look, he's gonna go play with Kyler Murray, and it wasn't look, the one thing the Jets need. Look what they could possibly do. So you're not a fan. So how do you feel about?
No, I don't know.
Okay, so Davantae Adams is what we're talking about first because that's the biggest. I mean, that's the biggest trade that happened.
Yeah,
it was.
I don't know if that's their only problem. I still think they have clear coaching problem, play calling issue. But I mean, it'll be nice for them to have a star receiver, but. I mean, I don't know. We saw, 6-7 years of Davantae and Aaron.
So, did you watch the Bills game? The Jets-Bills game?
I watched the highlights.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you what you missed then.
Yes.
You missed a bunch.
A shit ton.
What's that?
Shit ton of penalties.
Well, no, you missed a bunch of penalties, but you missed a bunch of drives where had the Jets just executed and punched that ball in the end zone. I'm telling you, this game, like I said last episode, the Jets could have won this game by 10 points.
Yeah,
the Jets could have easily won this game by 10 points. And what I was saying on Monday was. The Jets' offense, it almost seemed like Brady. It almost seemed like Aaron was playing too fast for them.
Sure.
If that makes sense, if it makes any if that makes to put it in a better way, like there were times where it seemed like he was dropping back, going to throw, and you could already see he knew exactly what he wanted.
Yeah.
And what he saw.
Yeah.
And either just receiver wasn't ready for the ball, receiver drops the ball, receiver runs the wrong route.
Yes.
Which, I mean, some people don't like that he put Mike Will on blast for that, but who cares? I
don't know. I always thought Mike Will was super hyped up. Mike Will and Keenan were cool, but
Mike Williams sucks. So it's like to say, Mike Will he also dropped a really important pass in the same or a drive or two before that. So I mean,
Yeah.
uh, or was it the same drive? I don't. Late in the game, Mike Will is not someone you can rely on.
Sure.
And then I was watching Steve Smith's podcast on Wednesday, and James Palmer he said, um, what it seemed like Aaron was missing was the ability to just when he gets to the line and he's
Mm,
making those checks and he doesn't have that guy that he can just look over and just give the wink to. Just
sure.
give that wink
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
because they
Well, I
know
mean,
exactly what Aaron wants.
he brought Lazard and he brought. I mean, Cobb's not there anymore, but I mean, we thought that guy would be Garrett Wilson. Garrett had a little bit of a preseason relationship, and I mean, they've been good or whatever, and we thought that would kind of develop into a wide receiver one type of big boy real relationship, and it's just he's super inexperienced and not
Well, I mean,
Davantae.
if anything, I think this would help Garrett Wilson
This will help Garrett Wilson, of course.
and any other receiver playing next to Davantae Adams. But that in a very summarized way of what I was trying to say would be saying a guy that you can just give a wink to.
Sure.
That's exactly what was missing from this
Mm-hmm.
Jets offense. Because I mean, I'll tell you what, I like the potential in the Jets run game. I liked what I saw from the Jets defense. They gave the Jets offense opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. And this
Mm-hmm.
wasn't the Buffalo Bills, oh, they've been losing games, they've been playing like shit. Like no, they were they were doing their thing. The Jets were just stopping them.
Yeah.
The Jets were forcing them to punt and
Sure.
and and just every single time. I mean, obviously not every single time, but there were too many times where the Jets just could not execute on offense, and I mean, they could have put this game away 3 times. They could have
Yeah.
put this game away. Um, but the Davantae Adams trade, I mean, so like scale from 1 to 10,
Well, I mean, for
how important?
how important is it, or how big is it for
I
this
mean,
team?
how impactful of a trade?
I think if the defense is who they're supposed to be, and if Aaron continues to play or plays like a former self, like an MVP type of level quarterback, then I think and Davantae is still on that type of level. I think it's huge. The problem is like there's not like we know what this team looks like without Davantae.
Yeah.
Now, say Davantae gets hurt, Davantae isn't playing up to a certain level or whatever, and something happens.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's a lot like this is it's a one avenue type of team with Davantae. Obviously, like you said, Davantae will open up other avenues, maybe in the run game, obviously with other receivers. Um, but yeah, the team's not very scary without Davantae.
Well, I like it. I like the
No, I
move.
like it. Yeah,
I think that I mean people might hate that Aaron Rodgers is calling the shots and maybe it seemed like he's just forcing all the moves. But I mean Brady did the same damn thing and he already got a Super Bowl out of it.
yeah.
So
But
if
again, I think that the Salah move was not on Aaron.
Solomon
Getting
wasn't on
him
Aaron,
out was not on Aaron.
but it's also I mean I don't know the Robert Sala firing is still weird.
Yeah,
I definitely think Aaron had something to do with it. I mean, it's like at the end of the day, do you do you not think they asked him how he feels about the potential of getting rid of Robert Sala when the conversation was being had or
maybe
being
they did. I mean, yeah, no, I bet they did. Um, but to me, it would seem weird for like unless he wanted the DC to be the head coach and
hmm
whoever to call the plays. Like I don't think that that's his top pick. I mean, obviously midseason, if he really wanted Salah out, then
but
he would go
also
for it. But
I do feel like it is a little unfair that they knew I'm not gonna say they 100% knew, but they knew there was a good chance they were gonna get Devonte Adams before firing Robert Sala.
Yeah, no. The Davantae, I don't know what the rules are with NFL trades or whatever, but it was a very like I don't know. It seemed set in stone real early on.
bro.
Like
We're
Davantae showed
like,
up next morning ready to go, and when he came on the Pat McAfee show, Pat's like, "How's your hamstring doing?" And he was like, "I appreciate you for asking me that. My hamstring's doing fine. I was doing this." It's like, brother, we
bro,
all
he
know
was
you weren't injured. No one
bro,
cares.
he
You were
was in
sitting out to get traded.
he was in New York before the trade was announced.
Exactly. He was
He
there.
was in Aaron Rodgers' house before the trade was announced.
Yeah.
Devin, we were
But no,
sitting here for
this is probably it'd probably just been fucking a couple of signs away, a couple of fucking
yeah. I mean, we sat
whatever's
here for
away from being.
weeks. We sat
Yeah.
here for weeks saying maybe he could go here, maybe he could go there.
Oh, I want someone to ask him what the fuck that Edgar Allan Poe shit meant. He's not reading poetry.
He was just bored.
But yeah, probably. But he
He
knew that. I
he
mean, I
was
think
just
he
bored.
knew, and I think that
We all
the Jets
knew.
knew. Yeah.
We all knew. We've been sitting here. He could be a Chief.
It was
He
funny. They were
he
like,
could
yeah,
be a
he could be a
Raven.
saint. It's like,
He
no.
could be a Saint, but he is gonna be a Jet. I mean, that's kind of how the narrative. That's kind of how the narrative went. It's like he
Yeah.
could be these. He could be on these teams if he's not a Jet,
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
but he's gonna be a Jet.
Like if the Jets for some reason don't want him or don't want to give up a third round pick or whatever the fuck they got out of him.
If you, but you know
I mean,
who?
these receivers are getting traded for bags of bones for no
You know who
reason.
should be the most pissed? Not the most pissed, but a little like, all right, like okay, the Packers. If I'm the Packers, I'm looking
Yeah.
over like, all right, so you made us trade you away from Aaron Rodgers to go play for the Raiders, and
Yeah.
then Aaron pulled that bullshit just
Yeah.
for y'all to reunite a
Yeah.
whole year and a half, 2 years later, and
With
be
somewhat minimal improvements to the overall team. It's like
yeah. I
Green
mean,
Bay has a great defense. They've got a decent offense. They've got a better running back. Arguably a better head coach. I still think Matt LaFleur is an idiot, but he's not an interim head coach.
yeah. I mean,
Um, yeah, I mean, but for them, I mean, they both had to get the fuck out. I mean, clearly the Packers were moving in a different direction. They did not want to continue with
they were moving in a
giving
different.
Aaron pieces. They never gave Aaron another piece outside of Davantae, and I bet Davantae felt that.
But those are domino effects. Like if Davantae doesn't leave Green Bay, Aaron probably doesn't leave Green Bay. And
Sure.
if that's still the dynamic in Green Bay, then they're not forced to be in the Jordan Love era. I
Yeah.
mean, the Jordan Love era might have not even ever been a thing in Green
I
Bay.
mean, I definitely don't think that Green Bay's in a bad spot at all.
Mm-mm.
Like,
But
and maybe they're saying good riddance. I don't know if they
they could be. But
are
I think
hating it.
this
But
completely changes the game for the AFC East, the
the AFC East is
the AFC period,
yeah.
the playoff seeding, the just potential and Super Bowls. I mean, just there's a lot to look forward to with Davantae Adams being a Jet, and I don't.
Mhm.
I think I know it kind of seems a little too good to be true, but it's almost like exactly, but it's also like exactly what we've been saying they need to do,
Of course.
and at least I have felt like there's been just something missing from that offense, and
And I mean,
maybe
honestly, I bet it would have been a problem last year. Just the younger receivers who don't, again, have the ability to separate themselves as number one. Same problem with the Bills. They don't have that guy to go out there and get doubled and tripled to pull the looks away. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, if Aaron can hold up and Davantae can hold up, this might be a better scenario for them this year than it was last year.
yeah, and if you're Garrett Wilson or Alan Lazard, you got to think at some point you got to sit back and go like, I mean, it's only week 7, but
Yeah.
could this offense be better?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we gonna be like? Are we gonna let our ego get the best of us because Devontae's gonna get a couple more looks? Then he's gonna take away
I
some
mean, he
some
should.
looks from us. It's like yeah, no, he should,
He should.
but I mean, it's just gonna open the offense up completely.
Yeah.
All right.
And Davante's still top tier route runner.
Yeah, he
So
and yeah, and Davante's fine. His hamstring, he's
his
alright.
hamstring was always fine.
He's good.
Like Max Crosby's about 2 steps away from doing the same exact thing.
Man,
Max must.
don't get me hyped about a Crosby trade because we know where he's going if he's getting traded. I'll
The
bring that.
Jets.
No, I'll bring that up later though. Someone
Okay.
that really all of a sudden could use him. Uh, no. But
You know who does
other
suck?
who
Chase Young.
sucks?
Chase Young still sucks. Chase Young will always suck. He's not good at
Why do
football.
you? What is up with?
I
Why do
don't know
you
because
hate
it's
Chase
it's
Young
it's
so much?
it's every time I see him out on the field, it's the same exact fucking thing. It's like this dude is humongous and super strong, and he gets stood up by tight ends all day long.
I mean, I think it's just more of like if you didn't know Chase Young's name, or if he didn't have the hype he had
Yes,
coming out of
yes,
college,
yes, yes, yes,
you wouldn't even like notice.
yes.
Or if you were, yeah,
Exactly.
honestly, if
He's
you
good
weren't
enough
a
to be an NFL
Washington fan,
player. No,
yeah,
no, because everyone was hyping up
name one
Chase.
other
Everyone was
pass
hyping up
rush.
Chase at OSU.
Devin, name one other pass rusher you hate.
It's true.
Name
Fuck.
one other pass rusher you hate, bro. Just
Well,
name
none of them
one.
get hyped up like this, and then shit them, and then not be good.
Yeah, okay. I mean, well, no, I mean, yeah, you're right. I
You
guess.
know,
I
like
mean,
we shit on corners because their runs are short, but a good pass rusher, like Chase Young was never a good pass rusher. It was just all hype.
he's the
Like we started hyping
yeah.
up Myles Garrett after we started hyping up Max. No one knew Max Crosby in college or when he was a rookie. He started being a dog.
Well, yeah, but Miles coming out, he was getting hype.
Miles is big,
Micah coming out, I mean,
and
huge
Mike
hype.
is Micah looks a little different.
Well,
That whole team looks a little different.
Micah's hurt right now. We'll get
Yeah,
to the Cowboys. Don't worry. We'll get to we're gonna talk about you, Jerry. But
yeah. Jerry's nuts.
the other trade, Amari Cooper.
Amari Cooper to the Bills.
Amari Cooper to the Bills. Now, how do you feel about? We talked about Davantae, so how do you feel about Amari to the Bills?
I mean, I don't know. It's huge for the Bills because they clearly don't have a top level receiver.
I thought they
Mac Hollins.
did.
I thought Khalil
Wait,
Shakir was a clear number one. I thought Mac Hollins was a great option. No,
I got a
it's
problem. I got a problem because I love the move. It's
I
great.
love
It's gonna make this offense look even better. It's gonna help Josh Allen tremendously because he
mhm.
finally has a number one receiver. And like we talked about Devontae with the other Jets receivers, gonna give even better looks to people like Keon Coleman or Khalil Shakir. But I, I I don't like that you got all these Bills fans who are, I mean, they're a lot more excited than they should be considering the hype they already had for their offense. Or, it's like
Yes. Well, and
Josh Allen's fine, the Bills are fine. There's no
and it was I don't know. I mean they talked about it last night's game about the Saints, and some of those dudes up on the panel are getting way more honest. Like Fitzpatrick and Wentworth. I don't know. There was a few quotes from them. They were just like shitting on guys. And it was nice.
they don't care.
Um, but it's like no, the Saints had two huge games, and their offense looked incredible. We were Alvin Kamara's this and Alvin Kamara's that, and then the fucking Bills had three fairly good games, and they thought that they had some type of beast of a team. But no, Amari's a huge part of this team, and just again being a reliable receiver. I mean, he's not going to be a dude who's going to fucking break records or anything, but he's a dude who's going to be open fairly often, and he's going to leave more room for Keon Coleman, who I think will break out at some point. Um, Shakir and those tight ends, Dawson Knox and Kincaid.
Yeah, I mean, no, they got plenty of options. The talent is there. That's just my thing. Is the Bills fans' reaction? Their reaction is almost as if like they needed it.
It's like, thank God.
Oh, thank
Thank God
God
we
we got
finally
Amari
got
Cooper.
someone.
So at least at least y'all are acknowledging there was definitely improvement that y'all needed.
Well, I mean,
There
I
was
think
room for improvement. Y'all had room for improvement.
like these early games were good, and I mean, talked about it. We're like, yeah, the Bills might be good right now, but they're gonna play real opponents, and we're gonna see how good they are. And then we
But the
saw how
question is,
what
if
they were
Amari
missing.
Cooper was on the Bills week 4 versus the Ravens, how different do you think that game would have been?
I mean, we don't know, but clearly, because
If Amari Cooper was on the Bills versus Houston, and how different
that
do you think that
may
game?
have gone differently. Not against the Ravens, but against Houston, maybe.
Okay,
Um,
okay. See, but here's my thing: when you have certain scenarios like Josh Allen knocking himself out,
I
doesn't
did
really
forget about
matter
that.
who you got a receiver.
No, I'm talking like pre
Sure.
that. I think they would have been fine before that.
But I'm okay. Just the way I looked at the Jets and how it seemed like the biggest concern was, well, we need to figure out this offense, and everything else is kind of set and just waiting for that last piece to
Mhm.
just waiting for that last move to be made so they can be like, all right, let's get on this, let's go on this run. The Bills, I mean, the things kind of been the opinions kind of been this year is, Josh Allen can handle his own. This offense is going to be all right. So I think, adding Amari Cooper, it's like, okay, yes, Josh Allen has more options and better options when he's dropping back to throw football, but there are still a lot of questions about that defense.
Yes,
There's still, I mean, bro, honestly, I mean, at this point, the Bills are going to have to get in the end zone every time they touch the ball because they don't
yeah,
even know if they can make a field goal anymore.
true. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, it's just there to me. I think there are a lot more questions about the Bills and around Josh Allen than there were about, at least for me, than there were about the Jets and around Aaron Rodgers. Because, like I said, to me, it almost looked like Aaron Rodgers was just playing too
Sure.
advanced for the people around him, and it's just because you just don't have that guy like bro said, you just don't have that guy that he can go up to the line and give a wink to and know what that means and know
You know
exactly
Aaron
what to
Rodgers be
do.
winking at dudes.
Well,
I
he's winking at Davantae.
you know he's winking at a
He
lot of.
was, bro. Davantae was lurking in the corner, just
It's
waiting,
not. No, that was weird. Devontae
popping
was
out.
under the Devontae was under the desk
All
and
right,
popped out, went around the corner.
okay.
Wink, wink. Um, but no, I mean, I don't know. I kind of have a similar feeling about the Jets. It's like the Jets last year essentially have the same team they do this year. And pre last season, it was, hey, we're playoff contenders. We're potentially Super Bowl contenders. Before this season, we got Aaron back. We're playoff contenders. We're potentially Super Bowl contenders. And then it's week 6, and it's like our offense fucking blows chunks.
Well, I mean, you got okay.
And it's like they thought they were good. And it's like, I know Davante's going to be a huge step here. Obviously, Amari Cooper will be a big step. But I don't know. It's two offenses who thought that they were good enough. Clearly need guys, but
Yeah.
we kind of just have to hope that these two dudes are the missing piece.
I mean, I just think that the I think that the I think Davantae Adams is a bigger fix for the Jets than Amari Cooper is for the Bills
Yeah, just
because
because the
I mean
Jets have a
it's like, all right, it's like you got one house that needs to be like painted, and you got one house
that needs a new roof.
that needs a new roof, and one house gets painted and the other house gets painted.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah,
okay,
yeah. No,
y'all
there you go.
still
Yeah,
don't got y'all still need a new roof. So
you still need a new
what
roof.
are
Yeah,
y'all gonna do
about to get
about the
real
roof?
wet in Buffalo.
Yeah, it's about to
Put your
get.
shoes on,
I'm
Buffalo
sure
people.
it's already snowing. I'm sure the snow is gonna be
Yeah,
coming
sure.
around soon in Buffalo. Um,
Do you think Buffaloians are gonna start rocking no shoes
no,
because some
but I
fucking
want to see.
jackweed got in
I,
the end zone?
I want when the first snowstorm. I better see Matt Collins pregame walking into the stadium.
Please.
No, absolutely
Why would you need shoes? Shoes
not
are
a single
foot prisons.
microfiber of fabric on his feet.
Nothing. I don't even want to see a burlap sack on that toe.
Nothing. Let's predict these
Free
games.
bird.
Let's predict these week 7 games.
Ear.
So let's get right into it. We got 15 of them. We'll talk Thursday night football after this. Which
Sure.
speaking of predictions, I'm on a 15 game streak.
Yeah, that's nuts. I did not.
I was
What was I
14
last week?
12-2.
Damn.
And before that, we were
Skins and who?
Colts. Well, you
Alright,
picked the
correct.
Titans versus the Colts. I picked that last second change. Before that, we were both 45
Well,
and 33.
I didn't switch late, but I also on the podcast we were talking. It was like AR is playing and Michael Pittman's out, and then it was like 20 minutes before the game. You text me and it's like Joe's in, Michael Pittman's in. And it's like fuck. I was
Well,
like,
I mean, you could.
I'm gonna ride with him. But
Okay, I was gonna say. I mean, you could have changed it. I
no,
wouldn't care.
I know I could have, but it was just like, why is this a game time fucking thing?
Yeah, I mean, we knew it. I knew Anthony Richardson was gonna be a game time decision, but then by the time we got to, what was it, either Friday or Saturday? I mean,
yeah,
they came
they had
out and
announced
said that he is playing.
He was playing it.
But first game, New England versus Jacksonville in London.
2017 AFC Championship rematch, brother.
So I guess my first question is, like, can I be confident in Jacksonville?
No,
I can't at all, right?
no.
Okay, but the next.
I mean, it is the Patriots.
The next question is: would there be a single reason to be confident in New England?
No, but
like, how you feel about Drake May? You weren't here last episode to talk about his debut.
See, I mean, he didn't play horribly. He made a great throw. I mean, it's his first NFL game. It's mid fucking season.
No. What I'm not gonna let you do is we get on here every episode and shit on Caleb Williams every chance we get to, and then when
well, I've been shitting on Drake May for a while.
You shit on Will Levis and Drake May and whatever. Sure,
Drake May is the Kamala Harris of the NFL.
He looked great down 3 touchdowns.
Drake May is Kamala Harris. No one has ever seen him play football until last week.
I did not see good football from Drake May until the game was sealed. So,
sure.
As right now, he's Drake Prescott.
Well, yeah, Dak's never been good, but he got paid, so
he got paid.
He's been paid multiple times, for no reason. But yeah, no, Drake May had one good pass, 40-yard touchdown to the Mario Douglas. I don't know anybody on the Patriots.
They suck.
But there is that they do suck, and Gerard Mayo's a fucking jackwagon.
But the Patriots suck.
No, I know. The Patriots will not. They'll suck forever.
Any coach would not be successful. But they're both 1-5. But they're different 1-5.
They're different 1-5s.
They're different 1-5s,
but at the same time, it's like Jags could be a Patriots level 1-5 team. We don't know, but with the offensive weapons that they should be working with, it should look a lot better.
I think just the quarterback changes the type of 1-5 you are.
Yeah.
I mean, you would I really like? I can't say like, oh, you just throw a couple more pieces around Drake May and they got it.
Yeah, no.
It's like, no, you throw a couple more pieces around Trevor. You throw a couple legit pieces around Trevor Lawrence and they might got it.
Yeah, no. Drake May is Zach Wilson-esque, not worthy of a first-round draft pick from UNC. You know what I was thinking about the other day? The best UNC quarterback. The best quarterback to come out of UNC is Caleb Presley, the Barstool Sunday Conversations guy.
What do you mean? How is he the best?
He was a quarterback at UNC. He was a backup quarterback.
You mean best isn't like success-wise?
Just in general, everything. He was probably a better player than Drake and Trubisky. And
I don't know.
Sam Howell.
Yeah,
but either way, but he is the most successful.
I mean, so this would be the last week if they fail me that I could ever put any type of confidence into this team. But
I don't have confidence in this team. It's just I have confidence in them against
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Pass. Yeah.
But if I can't have confidence against Jackson, if I can't have confidence in Jacksonville against New England,
New England. There's not a team out here that we would think that they would beat.
yeah, what are we doing?
Yeah.
So, Jacksonville,
Yeah.
Jacksonville.
I mean, this is
Um,
I do enjoy that they give London shitty games because it's funny to think about just London people who have no idea
I don't like that though because
what a good game
all
is.
people from the UK do is shit on football
Good. I don't
and
care.
but no, it's like okay, but if we're gonna give them product, give them the best product. Like if we're gonna be real, send Detroit and Minnesota to
True.
London, and then they're gonna be sitting there like,
Well,
oh,
shit.
oh, buddy, fuck,
No one
this is buddy.
preseason would have thought that fucking Minnesota would have done anything, but
And somebody thought New England versus Jacksonville was gonna be anything. New England or
well, shit. It
Jacksonville
was
versus.
Vikings Jets 2 weeks ago. That was a real shit dick, wasn't it? They
Well,
got Aaron Rodgers over
nobody
there.
thought Minnesota was gonna
But no,
be.
there's yeah. Well, they have the Jets,
I'm
but they're
saying.
so fucking. I don't know. I don't want to start shitting on the Brits, but they love soccer. Um,
But
Soccer sucks.
I'm just saying, if we're gonna try to get a better draw from them or make football a bigger draw for them, give them the best product possible. We're giving them literally the worst product possible.
I don't know if they know the difference between the product. I think they
But
just
no, but
see it.
this is all they know though. If this is the most they pay attention to is the NFL games that are played in London, which honestly, if you are trying to
There's been a few good games.
if you're trying to be invested in the NFL and you live in the UK, you're probably not just paying attention to this game.
Like there's only going to be
But
however many thousand people at a London game.
if this is your introduction to the NFL, I mean, you're watching this game going like, is he supposed to throw it to the other team? Like, is it like it's like,
Well, I mean, it'll teach them a lot of things.
it's no, I don't know.
Okay.
All right, okay, Seattle versus Atlanta. Let me just say this: if Atlanta even comes close to losing this game, like they are the definition of mid. Like they're the face of mid.
Who, Atlanta? Yeah.
They have to be because
Yeah. I don't know if they ever will. I think they'll separate themselves on a week to week basis, but I don't know if they'll ever reach that echelon where we go, this team is fucking scary.
but
I think they'll
they have to beat
they're
a team like this by 20 if they want to
25.
be in that conversation.
Yes, but I mean they're really good at playing close games against real shitters. Kirk is a guy who week in, week out is not going to give you the best football. I mean, he'll give it to you every other week or every 2 weeks or 3 out of the 4 weeks in a month. But yeah, Kirk is bound to have some bad games. This defense, again, is pretty good.
But like you said, it's just there's games where you got the Falcons damn near beating the Chiefs,
Mhm.
or
Kirk throwing for
beating
500.
beating the Bucks in overtime. But
Uh,
then, like the real question is like, how confident are you with them like matching up versus Detroit?
yeah, no, not.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like I just don't. I don't like
I think they're a high mid-tier team.
like they might be the face of mid if this is like a 24-14 game, a 21.
Like I think they can take on most teams in the league at their best. But yeah, again, I don't think we're gonna get the best from them every week.
And I think, and I mean, maybe I don't know if you still have this take, but like this whole it's only gonna take 9 wins for the NFC South. Like,
Yeah, I don't know about that.
no, the Falcons have to like the Falcons. I mean, the Bucks are obviously proven pressure, but I
Yeah,
mean, with the moves being made for the Falcons, the expectations for the Falcons seemed way higher than for the Bucks. Like the Bucks
yeah,
last year, the way the Bucks were talked about last year, like all offseason was more of like it kind of felt like, yeah, Baker's here and it's cool.
yeah.
Like last year was like really like inspiring.
Yeah, no. Last year was more of like a this really wasn't supposed to happen, and we don't know if this will ever happen again. Like winning 9
Yeah.
games, and now it's like no, what Baker can do with Mike and Godwin, is still a great product. Um, and it's I know Baker had his years of struggle or whatever, but even coming into this season with Kirk, it's like Kirk is looked at as a cemented high level quarterback.
Is Baker the one that got tackled by a cop?
Yes, I watch that video every month, once a month. I love that video more than anything. It is awesome. They
God,
should have given that dude a
Baker.
contract. No, it's a
God.
beautiful video. I mean, he's just
Dude,
standing there talking to the cops. They're like, "Hey, what are you doing?" They're like,
and look what
and then
he's
he
doing
just
now, bro.
and then he just goes, oh, it runs
And
and
look what he's I mean, look what he's doing now. Like I mean,
thrown into a brick wall.
it
No,
is beautiful.
it's sick,
Um
and he's still shitting on Texas or whatever.
yeah. I mean,
How
okay,
how dumb was that? They fucking put his jersey down. It's like bro hasn't played here in 8 years. Get the fuck out.
it's like Florida State beats
Corny shit.
that's like Florida State beats Florida. It's like what give me the Tebow
Give me
jersey.
the Tebow jersey. Yeah.
Like it's like what did
It's like, yo,
Tebow
give me
do?
the Jameis jersey. We fucked them up. No one cares.
Yeah, it's like I ain't gonna destroy a
There's
Jameis
that
jersey.
beef ain't there.
It's not like that. It don't go to player once they leave. It's college. It's a college beef.
Yeah.
Um, but
But
with all
but
that
you know,
being
Kirk,
said, I mean
Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Yeah.
Atlanta's winning this game. What were you saying about Kirk?
Yeah, no, I don't know. It just felt like when Kirk signed in Atlanta, it was like, yeah, he's a cemented top level quarterback who's going to do something with his team. And it's like, no, he's going to continue to be the same mid level quarterback. Nothing's going to change.
Uh,
He hasn't looked bad yet, but
we'll see. Well, hasn't looked
hasn't
bad yet. I mean,
hasn't looked really bad yet.
I don't know what bad yet is. But um, another. I mean, another crazy tough opponent for Buffalo. Tennessee.
Super duper.
Super intense matchup
Now
between
this for Buffalo needs to be a same thing as the other game. Needs to be a fucking absolute throwdown.
like the
I mean,
Seahawks
this
suck.
to me could be like a 17-20 game, which I'm scared of. Like they need to beat the fuck out of this team.
Like the Seahawks suck. So the
Yep.
so the Falcons should walk.
Yep.
The Titans
The
suck
Titans are
really,
worse.
really bad.
Like
And
really
the
bad.
Buffalo should like not just walk, I mean fly over the Tennessee Titans. So like you said, I mean if it's not 31-3, I mean
Yeah.
it better be an absolute
Well,
blowout.
no, honestly, I'm like you said, in the defense could have its struggles, but I want to see an offensive massacre.
Yeah.
Like I want to see that. I want to see them prove that the Amari Cooper trade was the right move and gonna be huge for this team.
You said you watched the highlights of the Bills game. You notice anything from their offense from that last game? You didn't notice anything. You didn't notice somebody else getting the ball a lot more, or you didn't notice maybe the game plan seeming a little different, or you didn't notice that maybe they were protecting Josh Allen a lot more because he was still concussed. Maybe they opened their first drive with like 8 straight runs and 1 pass. I mean, Devin,
Maybe he
the man was
is.
still concussed in this game.
Yeah, that it's bad
You didn't
because it's
notice the
like
lack of like scrambling
that
highlights.
is true.
Um,
I did, but it's bad because it's like way worse now because everyone knows he got a concussion. Everyone knows he was out. Um, but the Bills are sitting here like, yeah, if we tell everyone 4 days later that he has a concussion, which they should have done,
well,
like,
no, because they put him out.
but now they just have to go put him out there in full concussion brain
Yeah, once they
and
put him
play him
out
differently.
again, though, they can't walk it back and be like, yeah,
I mean, they can. It would be a absolutely horrible look for all of the NFL and the Bills, but for the safety of Josh Allen, I think that would be the right thing to do. But I don't. Yeah, clearly,
it would be.
that's not at the top of their list. But it is funny that yeah, anyone could look at that video and say that he was fine.
Just a friendly reminder for Bills fans: combined record versus teams they beat 7-16. Combined record for teams they've lost to 9-3. So it's like
Beautiful.
really weird. Like it's a
How
really
they
weird.
lose
It's like a
to
really
good
weird
teams. An
concept.
odd thing.
It's a really weird concept. So once they beat the Tennessee Titans, let's just make sure we got our numbers right. Once they beat the Tennessee Titans, the record will jump all the way up to 8-21. Devin, the record will jump to 8-21 for
Yeah.
the total combined
Yeah.
record for teams the Bills beat.
Because the Bills are the best team.
So there you go. Shout out to them. Cincinnati versus Cleveland.
Cleveland will be gutted entirely pretty soon. They might get rid of Miles. They might get rid of whatever that corner is. I don't know his name.
So is Nick Chubb playing?
Nick Chubb's supposed to play.
I mean,
If I was Nick Chubb, I would I don't know, ask for a trade. But Nick Chubb will play. Yeah.
this entire offense is just they got nothing. Like, yeah, week one, you get the scheme with Nick Chubb, and you get something going by week 6. It's cool, bro. I mean,
Like I don't know who their other receivers are.
they don't even
Jerry Judy, sure.
they don't even really have the offensive line to set up the run with Nick Chubb to set
Yeah.
up the pass. Like,
With Deshaun, who I don't know. I don't know even if they do play it well and get him set up,
I
you
I
have
I, I
no
don't know.
good receivers
Like I said,
and a quarterback who's lost.
I think if it was a complete change of scenery and he was on any other roster, he would not be in the same funk that he's in with the
No,
Cleveland Browns. But maybe that's
but
just me.
I'm also not entirely sure of other teams who are
But mate,
calling him up.
hopefully Cincinnati beats Cleveland better than they, I wouldn't say barely, but like very uh calmly beat the New York Giants. So
Yeah,
it'd be nice to
that
see
was horrible.
Cincinnati. Yeah, no, it's
That was
just
one of the worst football games I've seen.
that was
Last
bad.
night was a very bad football game. Last night was terrible.
Yeah, yeah. Last night was not too good either.
Is there something wrong with the receiver gloves in the NFL? There seems to be a lot of drop balls this year. It's just bad.
It's just, I mean,
Yeah,
players suck. I don't know.
it's
I,
true.
I know players don't suck, but I don't know. You're going. I'm assuming you're going Cincinnati.
hmm
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, maybe the Bills pull off a. They do need a turnaround, but I don't think this will be the week.
Houston versus Green Bay.
Oh, that is not a bad matchup.
It's not. It's not. CJ versus Stroud. CJ versus Stroud. Love versus Stroud.
It's always
That's
CJ versus Stroud.
love Stroud. That's like That's like a future.
Nope,
That could be
that's an
love
R&B funk band.
love versus that could be like a future like classic matchup.
hmm
That could be like it could be like a future classic. It's got
Yeah,
a shootout
maybe.
vibe to me, Devin. It's got a shootout vibe.
This.
I don't know.
Uh,
I'm just getting a
I don't know
shootout
if I feel
vibe.
a shootout vibe. I definitely feel big offense. Um, the
Is that not shootout vibe? Big offense,
I think that
shootout
the
vibe.
Packers defense might be able to contain a little bit more, but also the Packers offense is not as good as the Houston offense. So I feel more of like a 28-23 type of game, like a good solid game, not like a banger, throw out, fucking go crazy. But yeah, I still I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. These are two teams who showed a lot of promise this year, but also I don't know, don't look sometimes what we thought they were.
I mean, I think this is more of a test for Green Bay than it is for Houston.
Mm.
I think you can pretty much throw anything at CJ, and he's gonna be able to handle it, and he's gonna deliver. So it's really on, since Jordan Love's return. I mean, he's looked better and better, but I mean that first return versus Minnesota, where you had a defense that could apply some pressure, you saw what you saw. You saw the amount of interceptions that were thrown. But I mean, I could see, a 5-point game, which also, I mean, a shootout doesn't have to be 45-48. It's just
No,
more of
agreed.
I think it's going to be in the air,
Yeah,
CJ
yeah,
and Love back and forth.
for
But
sure.
I mean, you could also ground and pound. I mean, you got Joe Mixon and Josh Jacobs. They're they're
There's a
this
lot.
is going to be a good game, but
Yeah.
I'm going Houston.
I fuck. I mean, I don't want to shit on the Texans, but I think this will be a great test for them as well. I mean, obviously they beat the Bills, but outside of that, they really haven't hit a whole lot of comp, which is normal early in the season. But um, I don't want to go with Green Bay
Why not?
because I don't like them.
Why don't you just go
Um,
Green Bay?
but I do have a feeling toward them. It's not a feeling I like, but I'm going to take Green Bay.
You're gonna take Green Bay.
I think
Okay.
Green Bay's defense might be able to, contain a little bit more.
Okay. Sure. Like I said, you can throw anything at CJ, and I don't know. I guess, bro, they're not stopping fucking CJ Stroud and Tank and Nico and Diggs and Joe Mixon. I mean, it's just there's too much going on over there.
Maybe a
But
little bit.
take Green Bay. Miami versus Indianapolis.
Flacco's out. No, I'm kidding. It's Indy all day. Miami stinks.
Yeah, I
Like
was gonna
Tua or
say.
not or whatever or
I
what.
mean, I was gonna say this. Does who's starting? I mean, Miami sucks so bad right now. Does who's
Yeah.
starting? Oh, and Tyreek Hill said he was on a podcast or whatever. He was like, I just want my job. I'm still the best receiver in the league. Fuck them trades. Um, which is like, I mean, I guess
Cool. You're on
uh,
a shit dick team right
it's like
now.
if you were the
Sorry.
best receiver in the league, you'd make I don't know, something out of the quarterbacks throwing you the football. But hey, I guess he just needs
Well,
Tua.
he's
He has to have Tua to throw him the
yeah,
football
exactly.
to look good. Um,
But
but yeah,
Tua has this weird thing where he doesn't really make anyone else look good,
yeah,
unless it's
just Tyreek
Tua,
Hill.
unless it's Tyreek and Jalen Waddle.
Now we got game of the week right here, Devin. Game of the week.
Also, Joe Flacco for MVP. Please
Det-
stop putting Anthony Richardson in the game.
Detroit versus Minnesota.
Yeah, no, that this I feel a lot more shootout. I feel
Yeah, I
some
mean,
worse defensive play from the Vikings. Actually, no, I'm being stupid.
yeah, I mean the
The
defense
Vikings have
from the
the best
Vikings.
defense.
I mean, that's the one thing is there are so many options for the Lions offense.
Yeah.
I don't really know. Like okay, for instance, they could be getting in their face. And they could stuff that box, and that could cause problems for either side of the coin for Detroit, where that's one of the, if they want to open it up with Amara St. Brown and JMO, just might not
And
have enough time to open it up. But then
Jameer Gibbs.
they got you know two great running backs.
Oh,
And if they can't get anything going, it's really, can Detroit get any either can Detroit, what can Detroit get going on offense? That's
yeah.
the one thing. But also we knew
Hold on. Sorry.
what's that?
First of all, you said stuff the box. Nice. And I think everyone in the world now calls Jamin. Is his name? I only know him as JMO because I've seen clips from.
Jamison Williams.
Yeah, I've seen clips from fucking Amon Ra's podcast, and all they do is call him JMO. Um, but yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know what his name was. But they're good.
But I think we knew what to expect from Detroit coming into the season, and it's the same
Yeah.
expectations that we still have.
And honestly, they look better than we thought they would.
This is like the true.
This is a true test for both of these fuckers.
No, this is a true test for Minnesota.
Yes.
And they luckily don't have to worry about probably Detroit's biggest piece on defense.
Yeah, exactly.
Aiden Hutchinson.
That's a
which,
big. What a
he's
fucker.
out for the season. I didn't even talk about that last
He's
episode.
out for. He's out for probably a little bit
Completely
next season.
forgot. I'm just assuming you watched and saw and heard and
Yeah, it's like it like if you watch Anderson Silva's leg break, this is like if he wasn't wearing pants, it would be 18,000 times.
uh,
I mean, it fully wrapped.
dude, it
He could have
snapped.
touched the other side of his leg.
Dude, it snapped. It sounded like two helmets just colliding.
Dude, it was like he basically fucking flying kicked a steel fucking pole.
It was bad. But
It was just bone to bone and blew that fucker up. And
how big of an issue do you think it's going to be for Detroit for the rest of the season?
I don't know if it'll be an issue, but I think it's just that loss of.
Man, I think it's a huge issue.
I don't know if it's like a, hey, we need to get another guy like him type of issue, or it's like we need to figure out how we're going to get to the quarterback at all. But I think they'll be able to pressure enough. I mean, it's not going to be the same. You're obviously not going to get that Aiden impact where he starts to take over games and gets 3 or 4 sacks. But I don't think they're going to feel a whole lot of hurt.
I don't know. It's just
It's just going to be a different game. It's not like their season's over because they lost their fucking D end.
the season ain't over, but by default, Detroit is walking into every game for the rest of the season, promising the opposing quarterback more time in the pocket, promising less pressure coming off of the edge, promising just
Sure.
less dominance on the defensive line. And I if when I said earlier that might not have to be Max Crosby, but I definitely think Detroit is the team I was talking about and who they may need to make a move for a pass rusher. I mean,
You know how
and,
sick it would be if Aiden comes back next year and it's Max and just
now that would be ridiculous, but it's
scary
just
white boys running at you.
it's almost like how much longer like is Detroit going to be this good?
30 years.
No, it's like I don't want to I don't want to put some short cap on it, but I mean they are in a groove right now. They are rolling.
Oh,
They've
yeah, for
got
sure.
crazy momentum this season. I mean, it's like you can only I was scared of after especially after last year the hype with the Ravens. It's like God, it's like are we gonna go in the next year with the same hype and momentum, or is I was
Well,
you almost get worried when it's like you get so close to that Super Bowl level or just making it to the promised
yeah,
land, and then when you don't, and you can see how teams will spiral out and not even get close to touching that again for years.
sure. And that's what Dan Campbell said after last season. He was like, "Yeah, this is we might not be back here." Um, but I definitely think that the Vikings are more of a lightning in a bottle type of team. We definitely didn't expect this out of them at all. But Detroit, to me, this is more of like them proving that this isn't a slump. Like last year wasn't a fluke, and Detroit is a team with real weapons that can go out and beat you on the ground and beat you in the air and
Well,
beat you on defense.
well, then if you don't think, I mean, if you don't think Aiden Hutchinson, the loss of him is going to be as impactful as I do, then I mean, then you should think that this is the biggest test so far for Minnesota.
No, this is a huge test for
I
Minnesota.
mean, this is an insane test for Minnesota.
Yep.
Um,
I mean, this is a big test for. I mean, it's really just going to come down to will Sam Darnold perform? Can he continue to perform after a few good weeks of football, or is he going to fade out and bounce around teams for the next 6 years? I
who
mean,
do you
does
got?
he? I'm going to take the Lions just because I'm more confidence in them as a full unit. But yeah, I mean, the Vikings, if they're real, then they'll kick the shit out of Detroit, and we'll all be
Yeah,
praising old Sam Dookie Darnold.
I'm gonna go with
That's what I
Detroit
used to
as
call
well.
him, Dookie Pants Darnold.
Philly versus the Giants. I mean, it's
The Giants are
happening.
not an organization.
Yeah, I mean Philly all day. There's really no
The Giants are
question
really
about
sad.
that. Vegas versus the Rams.
Also, Philly set. Also, fuck Nick Sirianni. What a fucking absolute vag monster that guy
What
is
did
in a
you
bad way.
what?
He's fucking shitting on Philly fans because they got booed. It's like, no, you guys stink.
Yeah, see, I was
And also,
confused.
you're the fucking head coach of. This is the Philadelphia Eagles. This isn't fucking the Vikings, where everyone's gonna fucking suck your tits until you leave. But no, yeah,
I
this is
was
a Philly team. They boo all the time. They'll boo you if you suck. You guys suck.
I was confused. So he was arguing. He was shit talking
You shitting
Philly
Philly
fans.
fans. Philly fans. He looked
Yeah,
like a little bitch boy.
bro's gone
Um,
soon.
Once they get
Bro's
booed in the
out.
first round, he's done.
Bro's
I mean,
out.
shit, they got rid of Doug Peterson after 2 bad seasons.
Bro, yeah.
He won. He's their fucking. They like him more than Andy Reid.
Rams Raiders. I mean,
No,
obviously,
yeah, no, the Rams. The
uh,
Raiders are not an organization.
obviously the Raiders are cooked, but the real question is, are the Rams cooked?
The Rams are
Like,
cooked
like
in
I'm
terms
I'm
of like.
I'm talking like, are the Rams even making the playoffs this season?
Yeah, I was about to say like in terms of playoff contention, I'm not sure.
Bro, the Rams are 1-4.
Oh, I did not realize it was that bad.
They're looking at
The Raiders have a better record than the Rams.
they're looking at the Raiders. Then they got to go play Minnesota, and they get Seattle, Miami, New England. They got Philly, New Orleans, Buffalo, San Fran, the Jets. Bro. All right.
The Rams are fucked.
All right, let's say they lose to Minnesota. Let's say lose to Buffalo, San Fran, the Jets, and I mean even not possibly, but I mean they could easily lose to Philly. That's 5 more
Yeah,
wins on top of the
that's a
4 they already
10
have.
L.
Oh
That's
man,
9 or 10. That's 9 or 10 losses. Doesn't sound like a playoff team to me. Unless, I mean, NFC West is not scary.
I was just about to say, so the NFC West might not have a team with like what, more than 10 wins.
Yeah, I think 10 at max 11 is going to win the West. It could be 9.
The Rams are not making the playoffs.
Again, they could
Bro, they're
if
at the
they lock.
bottom of their division.
If they find a way to fully lock the fucking without Coop, without Nakua.
Well, Coop will be
I mean,
back.
we don't know.
Coop should be back soon.
We don't know. I said, yeah. I don't know when they'll come back. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how good they're gonna look when they do get all of them back.
Now I think a fully healthy Rams team, it's a completely different conversation. But I mean, just looking at the Rams. Okay, so Cooper's questionable for this game. Max Crosby is he is playing, but he is hurt with he does have an ankle injury, dealing with an ankle injury. I mean, it's just yeah, I don't
Max needs to sit out, and
the
like he needs to go to a better team.
like I think you're gonna have to win to make the playoffs out of this division. You're gonna have to win a division, and besides doing that, you're probably going home early. You are not making the playoffs. I mean, they're at
No.
the bottom of their division right now.
Yeah.
I mean, the real question is, can they? I mean, Seattle and San Fran are tied at 3-3. I mean,
What's Arizona
2-4.
Yeah.
But give me the Rams. Give me the Rams over Vegas because
Give me the Rams.
you want to talk.
Antonio Pierce got what he wanted.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
congrats.
Antonio
I hope
Pierce.
Tom comes in there and is like, "Fuck out of here, buddy." I thought he would have been fired by now already.
I mean, well, actually, we'll talk about that after the predictions. Carolina versus Washington.
Washington.
Yeah, I mean, there's really no question about that. Y'all should be.
We could lose. This could be.
No.
This could be the end of the hype. This could be the
No.
end of Jaden McDaniels.
No, y'all better win by 3 touchdowns.
No, we would be 6.
Kansas City versus San Fran.
Oh.
Super Bowl rematch, but Debo questionable.
Not the same.
McCaffrey out. No matter what, the Chiefs are getting their hands held all the way to the end of this
Chiefs.
game.
Fuck.
Kansas City Chiefs are winning this game. There's really no question about it. The Chiefs will win this game.
Telling me the Chiefs are going to be 6-0.
The Chiefs will be 6-0. The refs are not going to let them lose to the 49ers. The depleted 49ers, they will not beat the Chiefs. It's not happening. Sorry.
The Chiefs are depleted. Did you see the video of Mahomes' dad?
No, what did he do?
It was it was the footage from when he got the DUI before the Super Bowl last year.
No.
He was like, "You guys cannot do this. I know people. I'm not drunk. I've had drinks. I will blow over the legal limit, but I need to be picked up because my son is about to play in the Super Bowl." And the cop's like, "Who's your son?" He's like, "Patrick Mahomes."
Did they not?
Sitting in the back of
So
a
this is
cop
like
car.
before they. Wait, they didn't ID him?
I guess they ID'd him, and maybe the cop didn't know or whatever. I think it was in Texas or something. But
You do know what his dad's name is, right?
yes, his last name is.
No, no, no.
No, his full name's Patrick Mahomes.
Okay, I was
He's
gonna.
the second.
Yeah. So
Or the
what are we talking about? Were the
um
cops just acting stupid? I mean, what?
no, I mean from the sound of the cop, it didn't sound like he was.
I don't know. Everybody in Texas knows who Patrick Mahomes is.
That is true.
Uh,
Um,
but are you telling me you don't have Kansas City?
no, I do,
Yeah.
of course.
I mean, it's Kansas City all
I
day.
don't want to. I don't think. Yeah, I don't know. Like honestly, yeah, just get the three-peat over with, and I don't want to hear about him ever again.
Jets, Steelers.
Mr. Unlimited getting the start.
Russell Wilson set to start for the
Mr.
Steelers.
Unlimited is set to start.
So what do you think? What do you think? You think he deserves it? Is it a mistake? Should Russell Wilson be starting for the Steelers?
I don't like people are like, oh, Justin Fields led him to a 4-2 record. It's like Justin Fields didn't lead nobody to shit. I'm not. I don't want to. I don't think that like one quarterback deserves it more than the other. Um, but their offense does not look very good with Justin. He hasn't really shown any promise, anything we didn't really expect out of him. I don't think Russ will be good. So I think they're just playing with fire and kind of seeing who's gonna fucking be not as bad. Yeah, I don't know. I don't hate the move. Like, no, there's no reason to, say that Justin Fields deserves the spot. I mean, Russ, I don't think deserves it either.
I think Justin Fields played good enough to get them to where they are right now.
Agreed.
Um,
Because that defense is so fucking good.
but I don't disagree with the Steelers believing they could get more out of their offense with Russell Wilson at quarterback because
Yeah.
they do not have the best offense. So they're getting a
No.
guy who is spending his time right now with the best offense he's ever had, so he looks his best. We've also seen,
Yes.
which is Justin Fields I'm referring to. We've also seen
Yeah.
Russell Wilson play for a pretty terrible Denver Broncos team, and we saw him at his worst. So, worse. So I think I don't know, I think you will get more out of the Steelers offense with Russell Wilson at quarterback. If anything, maybe even less mistakes. Maybe they get a couple more points on the board with Russell Wilson at quarterback. I mean, it's either that or Russell Wilson's career is over. There's no more giving him
Yeah,
another
no.
chance or this or
There's
that. I mean,
no. Yeah, no. He has to play game. Like, yeah. I think that him playing and not playing well is a better look than him sitting an entire season behind Justin Fields.
but if Joe Flacco can literally jump on any roster and throw for 300 yards, I still can't close the book on Russell Wilson.
No.
I just can't.
But again, it's been a while since he's shown us a reason not to.
Yeah, no, I feel that. But
I don't know.
but here's the
Like
thing:
this.
had Russell Wilson left the Seahawks for the Browns and had the same outcome, don't you think? Do you not think more of the blame would have been on the
All the shit
organization he
with the
played for
Browns.
than whatever? Because I mean, I don't care what the Broncos' record is; they are horrendous.
No, yeah.
They're absolutely horrible.
They're
I don't care
dog shit, poopy
how
diarrhea.
good they looked on Thursday.
They did not look good.
But I mean,
Bo Nix looked horrible.
I'm going
That whole
Jets.
team looked terrible.
I'm going Jets.
Yeah.
Are you going Jets?
I actually hadn't thought about that. I was just thinking about Russ.
We got
I think this is a perfect test for this Jets offense. coming in immediately and seeing the Steelers.
If they can
Yeah,
handle this defense,
it's true.
I mean, shit.
But at the same time, it's like if they get stuffed up big, there might be some. I mean, there's not a whole lot more you can say about what this team would need.
Yeah,
You,
I mean,
you
yeah.
can't be like, hey, they need this, they need that. It's like, no, maybe they're just not that good. So I at least want to see like at the worst, decent performance, a close game. But at best, I think that they can whoop this team.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I mean, the Pittsburgh offense isn't scary. Najee's not that good.
Whoa.
I mean, obviously he's good, but
I was like,
it's not.
not that good.
But I didn't mean it like that. That was horrendous. But no, he's not going to take this offense over. They need something out of Pickens, and they don't really have a whole lot of depth out there. But
Ravens Bucks.
it's going to be a real throwdown.
Lamar
It's going to be a sick Monday Night Football game.
coming down to Tampa. Monday night double header.
Oh, he's coming back home.
Double header for Monday Night Football.
Yeah, what's up with where are these games being?
What's wrong with I don't mind the double headers.
Okay, no. I thought I saw something about what site one of them would be streamed on. I think they're ESPN.
Yeah, no, they'll both be on ESPN. I like the Monday night the double headers, but obviously
No, it says the fucking. I think you have to watch the Chargers one on ESPN Plus.
I don't know.
Because before the Monday nights were
I
ABC, ESPN. I don't know. Whatever.
I don't know. I'd be watching shit on YouTube TV, but this is another test for Tampa. Really,
Huge
really
test.
a big test for Tampa.
Yeah.
Baltimore is obviously on a 4-game winning streak, and if you want my honest, unbiased, non-Ravens fan opinion, the Bucks aren't stopping that offense, and the Ravens really need 1 or 2 stops, and the game's pretty much over.
Yeah, no, this is definitely a bigger test for y'all's defense, y'all's secondary. Clearly, y'all held up last week against us. Also, you guys should sign that big white dumb Chungus, the dude who knocked out Commanders fans.
Oh no, we shouldn't.
Should sign him.
No, we should.
He should be the dude hanging out there with Stabby and Poe. He's another mascot.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
That's the real Ravens Ronnie. Fuck you, bro.
It's funny.
Fuck you, yo.
It's funny.
Yeah.
I spared you for asking like how you felt about last week's matchup, but
it wasn't that bad.
Devin,
Wasn't great.
I mean, we spanked y'all, but whatever.
Shut up.
We spanked y'all.
Get the fuck out of here. It wasn't a
We
spanking.
spanked y'all.
Y'all won convincingly. Yes.
We spanked y'all.
Ain't no spanking going on.
We spanked y'all.
Y'all are going to spank the Bucks, but again.
Stop the run. We stopped the run. Like I said, we contained Jaden Daniels. Like I said.
No run, bro.
I mean, I'm just saying, I said we need to stop the run. I said we need to contain Jaden Daniels, especially when it comes to scrambling. And we did.
Yes.
And we did.
Yes.
And the Bucks are a little bit better.
Probably. But yeah. I am still afraid of the secondary. Especially when you got Big Mike up there. Not Michelle Obama. And Godwin and all the boys.
All right, okay, all right. Baltimore.
Yes.
I'm not even gonna let you keep cooking.
No, I wasn't even cooking. I was just Big Mike's up there. Just snagging balls. Yeah, I don't know.
The final game, the second Monday Night Football game, we got Chargers versus Cardinals.
Yeah.
Now I
kind
said
of crunch time for both these teams.
What's that?
It's crunch time.
It's crunch time for both these teams. Now I am gonna go with the Chargers, but here's my thing about the Chargers. They got they're still figuring it out. It seems like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
because now you got this team that's damn near you got this passer, or you got this quarterback that has such a such a talented arm, but doesn't really need to use it much because of this run game that they're starting to like the foundation for this super run game they got going on. I
Hmm.
mean, it's just I think if I said this last episode, and I don't know how you'd feel about it, but I think that this obviously isn't the Chargers year or anything. But like I think if you give them like you give Jim Harbaugh a full off season with this
Yeah,
team, you give this roster a full off season together, the
yeah,
next 2 or 3 years,
yeah.
I think
No, yeah.
it's levels. It's just
Jim's
levels
very
and
capable
levels.
of building a good NFL team. Um, but yeah, they're gonna need some. I mean, obviously the run game's good now. We don't know how long these guys are gonna last. They've been in the league for a little bit. They've dealt with injuries. Um, they're playing great right now, but they need to down the road get some good receivers. Defense is okay, um, but the defense is aging big time.
Hmm.
Um, but I think that they can definitely build around Justin. It's just going to be a matter of, and obviously they have a better coach now. So
And the
yeah,
Chargers,
down the road they'll be good. Again, yeah, like you said, it's not their year. Um, I don't think anyone expects it to be, but I think they can beat the Cardinals.
yeah, the Chargers are beating the
But
Cardinals.
also, I want to see something out of Kyler. I want to see him do his little dancey dance and
It'd be cool.
run around with his little feet
It'd be cool. It'd be cool.
like Mario music over top of him.
Now, I mean, the Thursday night football game. I mean, it happened.
Yeah,
Like, I mean, it was a thing. I mean, the Broncos just walked all over the Saints. It
like
was.
I don't know if I don't watch football or if like there were a lot of drops in that game, just a lot of like bad ones.
I mean, it was just poor football
It
being
was poor
played.
football. Like 95% of the throws were in the wrong spot.
Yeah, I mean,
Like
it was
if the
just bad.
receiver caught it, it was like, or like they were doing something
Spencer Rattler looks terrible. Um,
horrible.
I mean, honestly, at least like Derek Carr knows his spot is good for like now. Like
Yes.
he doesn't have to worry. Like we know it ain't Derek Carr.
Yeah.
We know Derek Carr. Like I'm not gonna lie, everybody was shitting on Derek Carr going into the season, and I wasn't
Well, yeah, but
defending,
hey, last year they fucking went crazy on him.
but I
We may have
wasn't
a little bit of.
defending him, but I didn't fully understand. Like,
Yeah.
look, he's not Daniel Jones.
No,
He's not. This
he's
isn't a
proven to be okay. I mean, he's
yeah.
obviously not Mahomes or anybody who's top tier, but he's not. Yeah, he's not scum.
But it's like if you, who knows what Derek Carr could do if you. I don't know. I mean, there.
This was bad.
I'm just saying. I don't think it's impossible for him to make the same type of uh comeback or career that or just I wouldn't be. I'm not gonna say Derek Carr can't make a Sam Darnold type move, a Baker Mayfield type move. I'm saying I
I
don't think
think
he
that's
doesn't
that.
have the talent to do that.
I mean, it definitely won't be the same type of comparison to those two dudes. Um, Now I am curious to see how we will talk about Sam Darnold at the end of this season. I think we'll still talk about Baker in the same light, but
You do realize Sam and Baker were both drugged through the mud way worse than Derek Carr was.
no, I'm just saying in terms of career path and all that shit. Um, like Derek Carr never worried about his job
Derek
until
Carr
last
on a
year.
healthy 49ers team right now.
Pretty good.
Okay then.
No, but I'm saying that I don't know what to say.
Well, you're saying that he didn't have the same. What you don't see him having the same the potential to have a Sam Darnold or Baker Mayfield type of
Well,
career.
Sam Darnold, the thing is still out on him. Again, he's
You
three
keep
games away from
saying
being.
this. You keep
He's
saying
three
this.
games. I know. I keep saying it, but again, he's still 3 games away from being looked at as Sam Darnold from 6 years ago.
I
So
guess.
I'm not. I would like to like. It took everyone a whole year to be like, yo, Baker is the real guy. They paid him.
Some people. It took some people a while.
I mean, obviously he showed during the season, but takes that playoff win. I mean, that's
I
huge,
mean, making the playoffs, winning the playoffs. Yeah, but
big. But yeah,
um, but Derek Carr is good. Not good, but his
yeah.
spot is secure. He don't got to worry about Spencer Rattler coming in and stealing the spotlight.
Spencer stinks.
And then,
And he really got real lucky on that one play.
but
The drop, snap, fumble, scoop and score
dude, I mean,
thing.
he was just, I don't
It was
know. It
bad.
just didn't even look like bro knew what he was doing out there. But we got some off the record topics. Now, you brought up Brady and the Raiders, and it's definitely something I want to talk about because we have some of the Brady restrictions. Because for people who don't know, Tom Brady is now a minority owner of the Las Vegas Raiders. I also read that he may be part of the, helping choose their next quarterback. Who they're gonna have
I
come
would
in.
hope that Brady is not like a
Like a Jordan.
executive producer or something. Like I hope that he has a say in the football stuff.
Okay. So you're hoping he puts his word in. He gives his 2 cents on who
Yeah.
should be playing who should be playing quarterback for the Raiders.
Yes.
Okay. I thought you were going the other direction.
No.
Saying I
I'm
hope he
saying that he
doesn't
should have
butt
a
in.
say. Like he shouldn't just be a dude giving money to this team because he is Tom Brady.
Mm-hmm.
Mark Davis can shut his fucking little weird ass, freaky ass little fucking bowl cut, stinky butt
But a
face
lot of but a lot of people
go
a,
away.
a lot of people are saying things about how this interferes with his broadcasting career.
That was the thing because before Tom had even left the NFL, it was like he has this deal waiting for him at CBS, and then it was like Tom might sign a deal with the Raiders or an NFL team and be a part of an NFL team, and there might be restrictions on that. Is he allowed to commentate Raiders games?
See, okay, that's the thing. Like I'm reading these restrictions and I'm kind of confused on where the problems, like where these problems are. So he's not permitted to be in another team's facility. So okay, so he can't go to like the Browns practice
Can't
facility.
or go into the locker room.
Okay. Not permitted to witness practice. All right. Not permitted
Sure.
to attendance broadcast production meetings either in person or virtually. Now that one. What does now not permitted to attend broadcast production meetings? And I'm assuming we're talking for his commentary
So he's going to be
job.
even more unprepared than he already is.
So not permitted that now that would be the one that's like all right. Now what how I understand why this would obviously interfere with his commentary job, but why can he not?
Wow, why can't he go to meetings?
Yeah, why can he not be in a meeting for his job?
I don't know. To
Because
me, I would like it if Tom just stops commentating.
prohibited from publicly criticizing game officials and other clubs.
Well, that's well, never mind.
Like he can't commentate.
Chris Collinsworth is allowed to do that, no?
Chris Collinsworth
Because he
doesn't.
works for
He doesn't own a team.
NBC. He doesn't fucking work for the
He
NFL,
doesn't own a
basically.
team. So
Tom works for the NFL
so
now.
he can't criticize an official, he can't criticize a team, and he can't attend meetings.
So what's the level of criticism? Like what?
You cannot publicly criticize game officials or other teams.
What if he says like the Chargers look terrible right now? Is he gonna get booted?
I'm assuming that's that. Like that's the thing.
I think for Tom's sake that he should not
Yeah, and I mean that's the thing.
get
It's
Greg
like
Olson back in here.
how work like how bad can it be? Like can he not
Yeah.
even say, the Browns might need to give up with the Deshaun Watson experiment. They might like is he
Yeah,
because he's an
can
owner?
he talk about potential trades? Can he
Yeah,
talk about moves?
like like
It's
if
like oh, we've heard all this talk about Max Crosby. Tom, how do you feel about that?
it's he's a great player. Like it's like I don't know.
And that's
Like
it.
can what can he say?
It's like why even talk on the radio?
Subject to the NFL's gambling policy and their anti-tampering policy.
Well, he's already broken that many a times, so
But
we're good on that one.
there you go with the anti-tampering. So it's like Max Crosby trade talk Don't ask me. I'm Tom Brady. I own the team.
But it's like if you're talking about football,
But
just
also,
be
like,
able
what
to talk about
confuses
football.
me is just because he's a minority owner of the Raiders. So just because of that, he is not allowed to criticize another team.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
I mean, it's just like I'm more confused on, is it because he's an owner he can't do these things, or because he's a commentator that owns a team he cannot do these things? Because
I'm gonna assume that it's because he's an owner. Like I'm
are you
gonna
sure
assume that a
though?
lot of these owners have big
So
restrictions.
Jerry Jones can't criticize another team. You don't think he could?
I don't know.
Because I'm thinking it's more like you said. If Chris Collinsworth owned a team, he wouldn't
Yeah,
be able to. He wouldn't be able to like I don't know, maybe. Well, he only says positive things about Patrick Mahomes, but I'm saying like he wouldn't maybe be able to be his favorite, show his favoritism as much or whatever. It's like
sure. I mean, but they're out there criticizing refs left and fucking right.
yeah, no, they are.
They're allowed to.
I mean, simply saying that's a pass
That's
interference to me.
bad. That's a bad call.
That's a pass
Or that,
interference
yeah,
to me. I think the
exactly.
refs got that wrong.
Yeah,
I mean, so
that could be the end of his career.
does this just mean every time Tom disagrees with a call, he just has to be, Gene, what do you think?
Yeah, Gene, what do you think
Gene,
about this?
Gene, what
I
do you?
mean, that could be viewed as, I don't know.
Hey,
This to me
Gene,
is
do you
very odd.
think the ref made a bad decision here? I'm just wondering. I can't. I don't know if he
I
did.
don't
Do
know.
you? Do you think he made? Do you think he made the wrong call here? Like that's it. Like, what can Tom Brady say? It sounds like he can't say anything now.
Now, are these the same restrictions that every NFL owner faces, or is this just a Vegas thing?
No, it's probably all of NFL. I mean, if he owned, I think this would be if he owned any team, but
Yeah.
also, I mean, maybe, and I'm not trying to defend him or like, like have his back for the criticism he's gotten these first couple weeks, but there's no way he just found out about all these rules just
No,
now.
no, no, no. This was talked about before he had even started
So
this season.
what if these first few weeks it's been a mix of like, yeah, this is my first time ever commentating on a game, but I also have to practice what I
I have to
can and
find
cannot
out of.
say.
Yeah, I'm gonna assume that his ownership's like the talks were fairly set in stone by the time
Yeah, week one
he
hit.
started the season.
And
Yeah,
I'm not. I wouldn't be surprised if this whole time he's been trying to tiptoe around what he can and cannot say.
well, clearly it's not working.
No, but
Clearly it's
what
not
I'm
working.
saying is, it's like, what if he said something week two that would have made this deal fall through?
Yeah, yeah,
It's like I'm
sure.
saying, like he might have been biting his tongue, or just holding his tongue for,
Just practicing how to do it.
and,
Yeah.
and, and me and you disagree on how that impacts the I guess
Also,
enjoyment
why do you
of the
buy the
game.
Raiders?
Money. It's the only why are the Raiders in Vegas? Money. It's a big draw, so you can have the Super Bowl in Vegas, so you can
Sure.
have the the gambling capital of the world run a team, even though you can't even touch mybookie.com if you're
Yeah.
if you're in the NFL.
Sure.
But yeah, Brady minority owner, Jerry Jones majority owner.
Full owner of the Dallas
um,
Cowboys. Yes.
can we talk about how stupid Jerry Jones is?
Is he stupid,
Is he stupid, or just his
or
brain
does
is it
he
is
not, or is he super smart and he's doing everything that he wants to do?
or is his brain deteriorating?
I think it's no. I can wholeheartedly say that I don't think he's ever had a brain. I think this is the same Jerry Jones from 15 years ago.
No, well, genuinely, he is just completely. So you saw the radio,
Like this isn't like, oh, he's senile, he's off the rails. It's like, no, he's been like this.
so you saw the radio stuff, right? Like,
Yes, I heard it.
so obviously,
He was like, well, we might have to make a. Oh, I change it. Who's talking about it? And he was like, Jerry, I'm joking. He's like, oh, it's not very. It's not funny.
no. Here's the thing, though. He didn't say, Jerry, I'm joking. He said, Jerry, like we're asking you, like what we're. And he's like, it's
Yeah,
not your job to
It's
tell
not your
me
job.
what I should or should not do and everything. And then after that, it came out that the because the Cowboys are going into their bye week, that they don't plan on making any moves before the trade deadline, and
When
it's
is the
just
trade deadline?
November 8th, I
Okay.
believe. It might be earlier than that. I'm not 100% sure. It could be early. I think
Yeah,
it's the 8th though.
Jerry Jones. I mean, it has to be that they're trying to lose. It has to be.
There's no, they're not trying to lose.
They have Ezekiel Elliott out there.
But I said last episode when I was running the Dolo pod that, I mean, it seems like it's just forever been proven that as long as Jerry can have somewhere to land his helicopter and can sleep on a different a fresh pile of money every night,
Mm-hmm.
and his team is one of the richest teams in all of
Yeah,
sports, he does not care what the product
but
on the
my
field looks
problem
like.
is like he's still a GM. He's still incredibly involved in the moves that happen with his team, and there has to be some part of him that's like, yeah, I want to win, and these moves that I'm making I feel are the right moves.
But
Clearly, they're not the right moves.
but then you got people on the radio just simply saying, like, pointing out the obvious, the issues with
Yeah,
the Cowboys, and then
yeah.
Jerry Jones comes on there and he's fucking it ain't your job to sit here and
Yeah,
tell
you
me what.
better watch your job.
I mean, if that doesn't just tell you exactly where Jerry Jones is at.
Does he have the ability? Does he run that radio station?
I don't know. See, is it like ran by the Cowboys? Is it owned by the Cowboys? I wouldn't be surprised if he had the
No.
power to fire all of them. But it's just at the same time, it's like you are Jerry Jones calling into a radio show, basically telling them to fuck off because they're
Mm-hmm.
criticizing your football team. Like you're what is he 82? I mean, like
He's old.
he's got way bigger problems than what a radio host has to say about his football team, and that's his football team. That's his biggest problem.
Yes.
It's just I don't know. Jerry's ego is way too big to ever be in a tanking situation, so they're definitely not trying to lose.
No, I don't.
Just
Well, I don't think he's smart enough to tank. It's like he'll just go down with his ship. Like he'll build the team he thinks is good. Clearly, they're not good. He will not admit to his failures and then go down with the ship.
but it's like at the same time, it's
And
like
they'll always be okay enough to get by.
like you said, it's like he's gonna just go down with the ship, ride this thing till the wheels fall off, and it's like, not to get dark, but it's like one day Jerry Jones is gonna get really old and
Mm-hmm.
maybe not be here
Or
anymore.
he'll live for fucking ever and torment society until
And
somehow he dies.
what I'm just saying is, when you're like the president, GM, and the owner, and you, let's say, all of a sudden do what a lot of old people do, and that's maybe just don't wake
Die.
up.
Yeah.
Look at the situation they'd be in. They're gonna need a new owner, GM, and president, like with no like goals in mind, like what
No.
like no direction.
There's no exit plan.
There's no, like, what do we even do?
There's no exit plan. It's truly I will die before I sell, and yeah, it's scary.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how anyone could be it. Yeah, I'm glad I'm not a Cowboys fan.
All right. I know we do this almost not. I honestly haven't talked about them in a minute, but Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
Is it just something like, what is it about Colorado and just like Travis Hunter and Deion Sanders and Shador Sanders and just saying the dumbest thing you could think of out loud?
They're told to say the dumbest things.
So Travis Hunter was on RG3's podcast, and RG3, I mean, honestly, basically told him, like, you ain't winning Heisman. You ain't winning the Heisman.
Yeah.
Because he was like, I think you could, like, win it still. I don't think you can.
Well, he was like, you are in the race for the Heisman.
Let me pull up this quote that Travis.
Well, I just watched it recently, but it was like
Well, I got the quote right here.
you got
Y'all see Ashton Genty. It's
Ashton.
it's like we haven't seen a running back. It's not like we haven't seen a running back that's good.
Yeah,
We haven't seen a player that plays both ways. Okay, so it's not like we've ever seen a running back that's good. It's not like we haven't seen a running back that's good. So right
and
now,
he said yeah, he's got 95 carries and 1,200 yards
so he's not just on pace to be good. He's on pace to be
to be
Barry
the best,
Sanders good.
which is I did not realize that Barry Sanders' college rushing record was more than the NFL rushing record by a good bit. Well, not a good bit, but 100 yards or so. And yeah, no, he's on pace and ahead of pace. He's ahead of schedule. But no, yeah, Travis said he's got 95 touches. What would I have with 95
He
touches?
said I got double the touches. He's got double the touches I got on offense on the offensive side of the ball, and I still have defensive stats. That's crazy. So, in the first,
But the thing is, it's like you can't even shit on Ashton for being like on Boise State. It's like
but what's
bro plays for Colorado. They're playing the same shit dick teams.
But what's funny is it's just like he started it off with saying like, man, because like they don't like Dion and everybody, so they ain't gonna want to give me the Heisman anyways. But then he goes on to shit on the Heisman front runner
Exactly.
and is basically saying
It's
why he should win.
he's not
He's
he's not
reaching.
hyping himself up.
He's tearing down
Yes,
who's going to win the Heisman.
they're very good at doing that.
He's
Yeah,
already giving reasons for why or excuses for why he won't win the Heisman this season. And I
yeah.
mean, at the end of the day, to sit here and just say it's not like we haven't seen a running back that's good. It's like
My thing is, it's like also a few weeks ago he said that playing both ways in the NFL for him would be easier.
okay, first of all, also he said we haven't seen someone play on both sides.
We have, but at the same time, it's like I can guarantee there would be a lot of players who could play both sides
Well,
and
there's
do pretty well at it, but don't.
like if you just like look at like if you just look at the ranking of like Colorado staff, just one rank above Travis Hunter, and you look at the coach for Colorado,
Mm-hmm.
and you
Yep.
look at how dynamic and just how many different positions he could play on a football field.
Yep.
Uh, it's pretty obvious that we've seen it before,
Yep.
and not to take anything from Travis Hunter, but you can't sit here and say like, okay, here's the thing. What if I got the same amount of touches? It's like you haven't. If you did, and you
Yeah.
put up
Why
even
aren't you getting the
and you
same
put up
offensive touch?
and you put up even better numbers, then yeah,
Yeah.
you'd be the
Sure.
Heisman
You'd be
front
the front
runner.
runner. Yeah.
But you're not. You're playing
Yep.
half of offense and all of defense, and then you're
And you missed the entire back half of last game because you were hurt again.
and then you're crying, why not me? It's like, well, because there's a running back that's going to break Barry Sanders' rushing record. I mean, it's
Yep.
just I don't know it. And he was on RG3's podcast, and RG3's an idiot, and he just
Well, RG3 was close to being like, no, you're not going to win the Heisman. But he was like, you have. He was
close.
like you can see when RG3's face changes and he turns into Colorado cocksucking mode. Um, but no, I mean, I don't really have I don't have anything bad to say about Travis,
No,
and I think he'll be great. But yeah, it just there's no reason for him to look at someone who's doing incredible things like Ashton Jensen, which is going to be a fucking brutal name to just have to say for the next however long.
but it's
Um,
there's nothing wrong. There's nothing bad you can say about Travis Hunter. The only worry is just how naive he is.
yeah, yeah.
Like how naive and just how he's going about.
Because it's like the biggest thing with playing both sides is protecting yourself.
Mm-hmm.
He already missed a lot of games last season,
Mm-hmm.
or a few at least. Um, I think he's playing next week. I have no idea, but he missed the second half of last game because he got hit. So yeah, we don't know how healthy he's gonna be. The guy weighs fucking what? $165, $170, maybe $180. Like it's gonna be tough to fucking take a lot of hits and then to hit people for an entire NFL game. I know that he was like, yeah, we run tempo in college and shit, but you're gonna be hitting some big motherfuckers
Bro, but
in the NFL.
it gets even faster. It just gets even more difficult. There's no it gets easier in the
He
NFL. I
said
mean,
it would be easier because the NFL huddles. He was like, if I have time to catch my breath, then it's easier because we play no huddle in Colorado. It's
mhm,
like this is
yeah,
a different game,
yeah. See, when you
and
have
you're
to
gonna do
like
both at a Hall of Fame level. I don't know.
when you're like playing against like Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, like you're not catching your breath.
No,
Uh,
there's
like
no busting it down 60 yards, and
you're
then
not covering Tyreek Hill well, and
yes.
then going a straight drive, a straight possession later.
I
it's
mean,
not realistic.
we see him huffing and puffing out there playing college, and
Yeah,
he'll
and
be huffing and puffing in the NFL,
yeah,
and he's gonna I don't know. I want to see him pick a side. Um,
corner,
yeah, everyone says corner.
be a corner, be a corner, be a
He's
corner.
built more like a corner than he is like a fully imposing receiver. I think for him at his size to be a real like super imposing receiver, you have to be maybe a few steps faster. But he's a great corner build and is a good corner. He's a great
Yeah, I
corner.
mean, I want to see him play full time on the defensive side of the ball. Inside the NBA, their top 50 list should be complete by next episode. And I want to go over
Yeah,
that.
I heard that they were. I saw Kenny and Charles working on it.
They dropped 50 to 21. It's gotten a lot of criticism, so I don't want to get into it any more than that.
Nice.
But I just see they got a lot of criticism. So
The
there's
only thing I saw was that Russ was Kenny's 50th, and Kenny was between Chris Paul, Russell Westbrook, and Draymond Green.
sure whatever.
Yeah.
If
Well,
that's
his reasoning was he was like, I want to pick an old grizzled vet.
if
And I was like,
that's where you want to put Russell Westbrook, it's fine with me.
CP and Russ are going way higher than whatever the hell Draymond's doing.
But what I wanted to look at, which is something that I brought up and wanted to talk about, it's other coaches on the hot seat. Are they on the hot seat? Are they not on the hot seat? I want to ask you.
NBA?
We got an article. NFL. We got an article here.
I know like three
Yeah, no,
NBA
no.
coaches.
We got some hot seat check for struggling NFL head coaches after the Robert Saleh firing. So I'm just gonna ask you. It looks like they got what do they got here? Okay.
Kevin Stefanski.
It looks like they got why is he in the hot seat? And then a hot seat rating. So a scale of 1 to 10.
How hot?
How hot is the
Like the
seat?
Buffalo Wild Wings hot scale.
All right, we got 6 of them, Devin. Number 1, Doug
Can I
Peterson.
guess?
Oh, sorry. Doug
Okay,
Peterson.
yes, Doug.
Jacksonville Jaguars.
The seat's pretty warm. I don't know. Like I don't know if like the ownership is like, hey, we're gonna give you nothing and expect everything, and
Mm-hmm.
you figure it the fuck out. Like it's like they gave Robert Saleh everything, and they still don't like him. Um, with Doug, I still think he's a great coach, and if he does get fired, he'll probably end up somewhere else because Jacksonville doesn't have anything to hang their hat on and say this is why we will be good. Um,
I mean, Jacksonville's going to have to blame somebody for all this.
yeah, it's probably the GM and not.
And they're going 8
Doug.
out of 10 for the hot seat rating. I mean, I would agree with that. I'd say they're pretty close to. I'd say Doug
It's a hot
Peterson's.
seat, but I don't think it's Doug's fault.
I guess. I mean, I'm not sitting here
Maybe
saying Doug Peterson's a huge problem, but if we're going to talk about the 1 and 4, 1 and 5 Jacksonville Jaguars,
1 and 4,
1
1 and
and
4.
5. They're 1 and 5,
One.
bro. Yeah, no, yeah, no, I definitely would agree with the 8 out of 10. Second coach right up here. Kevin Stefanski, Cleveland
Said that one.
Browns. Now,
The
obviously,
Brownies.
the entire Browns organization just completely, um, just in a just I don't know. It's like they're right back where they were. It's like
Yeah.
it's like they had that hope of like, oh, the Browns don't suck anymore, and then like the Lions took all that and said, no, y'all,
Yep.
yeah, we don't suck
Yes.
anymore.
We don't
Y'all
suck.
still
And
suck.
actually, we're better than you guys at your peak
Way
with
better.
Baker. Yes.
But I'm looking. There are so many people you could point a finger at for the Browns. It's almost like his job isn't that much in jeopardy.
No, and I mean if we just compare Doug and um Stefanski, it's like last year the Jags were basically shoo-in to make the playoffs. End up shitting the bed, having a few of the worst games ever late in the season. Opposite side, quarterback gets injured, the team gets better. Joe Flacco balls the fuck out, and they make the playoffs and they look good. Now this year, Deshaun looks like shit. Amari Cooper's gone. People are injured. It's all a real shit show. I don't know if it's Stefanski's fault, but I don't think he'll be fired.
Giving it a five.
At least not this season.
They're giving it a 5 out of 10. Hot seat.
Yeah, fair.
Nick Sirianni.
That's not that hot, actually.
The only.
It's only hot because of that bullshit that he was pulling.
I mean, even
Also,
before that though, just the
no,
way Philly looks. I mean, if Philly continues to look meh,
yeah, I think Philly can kick it up, but I mean, again, if we look at last year, back half of that season was dog shit. Lost the first playoff game. Coming to this season looking not what they did a year and a half ago. Yeah, and especially for Philly, Philly's pretty quick.
they're too good. They are too good to be
They have
needed.
way too many options.
They're too
Like
good. Like
Stefanski has something to say. Hey, this is why we suck. There's nothing to point at on that Eagles team, that Eagles offense, to be like, this is why we suck. There's fucking tons of ballers out there.
I mean, it's just to sit here and go like, okay, you know, Philly could be 10-7.
Yeah.
It's like that's what we're looking at now, and it's just that's not the expectations I had for Philly. So I would say, maybe I'm crazy, but expectation wise, hot seat
I think,
leader,
yeah,
a little bit
it's
hotter
higher
than
for.
Stefanski.
Yeah, I think it's higher for Sirianni.
Mike
McCarthy. Just gonna start guessing, dude.
Mike
that was
McCarthy.
Nice. Yeah, no. Again, his is hot, but it's like none of this is good.
It's unfortunate, really, that any talk of hot seats is going to include Mike McCarthy. The Cowboys are doing just fine right now.
All right, never mind. Fuck this article.
Okay, this was before the Lions blowout. Okay, yeah. Did not have his contract extended. As long as the Cowboys continue to win, there won't be a main attraction on. Okay, so McCarthy's on the hot seat.
Yeah, McCarthy. I don't know. I would like to see another coach in there.
I mean, out of all these coaches,
maybe not mid-season, but
I mean, out of all these coaches so far, I'd say he's on the hottest seat.
Doug might be on a really hot one, but Mike's on the hottest.
But I mean, the expectations for Jags don't even compare to the expectations of the Dallas fucking Cowboys.
Of course,
no matter how shitty the Cowboys could be ranked the 32nd best team in the league going into a season, and they're still gonna have Super Bowl expectations.
Yeah.
Number 5,
Brian Daboll.
It's Brian Daboll.
Hell yeah, dude. Fuck Brian Daboll. Brian Daboll, fucking dude. He got way too big for his britches, and then lost a shit ton of weight, so it kind of got too small for his britches. That might be stolen. I heard that recently, and I don't know what that was. That was from something.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, Brian Daboll, after they made the playoffs and won a playoff game, was super hyped up on this team and thought that they would come out the next season. Obviously, Saquon was out the whole season. That was their entire team. They don't have Saquon this year. That was their entire team. Malik Neighbors just had a bad concussion. Daniel Jones stinkies more than anything in the NFL. Defense sucks.
It's just the thing that the Giants suck so bad. It's like you're telling me you're going to replace Brian Daboll with who? And they're going to do what?
The coach is not the problem, but I don't really like Brian Daboll. I don't think he adds much to this team.
And then the final coach?
What division?
Division or conference?
Conference.
AFC.
Mike McDaniel.
Sean McDermott.
Yes.
So
They've been calling for Durham's job forever, and it's like honestly, Bills fans are waiting for a bad season just so that they can fire Durham, but they're just gonna keep having mid-level, pretty good seasons, and he's never gonna go anywhere.
if the Bills continue to just be who the Bills have been, he better keep his job as long as Mike Tomlin does.
Agreed.
I mean,
But
what are we doing?
because it's like he's not winning a Super Bowl.
Fucking what? 15 years ago?
Yeah.
I mean,
No, I was talking about
but I'm saying like
McDermott. But what's his name? What was that? 09?
yeah, I mean 15 years
08?
ago Mike Tomlin won
07?
his last
08?
Super Bowl and what? Because every year after that he's put them
Made the playoffs.
Put them in the playoffs and given them an opportunity to win a Super Bowl again. I mean, no.
They
Now,
really haven't had an opportunity to win a Super Bowl in a very long time.
I will say though, this would be kind of like if like Ben Roethlisberger in his prime, or like Ben Roethlisberger. Well, I don't know because if this was a time where you got prime Big Ben, AB, Le'Veon Bell, but they just can't get it done. Do you call for Mike Tomlin's job more than you would now? Because I'm saying if Sean McDermott didn't have fucking Josh Allen in this team, and they didn't have the expectations, and his expectation was just being playoff, just being 9-8.
Yeah, I think that Tomlin obviously gets help because he's bringing Kenny Pickett led and Mason Rudolph led teams to winning records. And obviously, the expectations because of the early success of Josh Allen when they were in the AFC Championship and had a chance to win. It is funny that they've never, it was like we were one overtime possession away from, we should have had a chance to do it, and then they just don't get back there. But I guess it's fairly hot. But again, if they have a good season, I don't see them going anywhere.
But I mean, it says, what can you do to get off the hot seat? You start by not playing 2 AFC contenders in consecutive games. The truth is, McDermott might be doing some of his best work with his 3-2 team. They're replacing Diggs and Gabe Davis on offense, and have dealt with major injuries on the defensive side of the ball. It's a bit much to be panicking about 2 early season losses to 2 of the best teams in the AFC. Wins over the New York Jets and Tennessee Titans over the next 2 weeks to get that record to a 5-2 should quiet talks for now. Maybe the Bills have to win one playoff game to completely squash the idea of moving on from McDermott. See, okay, so that's the thing. The Bills are like most certainly winning at least one playoff game this year. But they need a Super Bowl. Like, that's what they want. That's what they're asking for. That's what the window is right now. It's a Super Bowl window right now. It's not can we make the playoffs window.
But again, McDermott gets a little bit because of injuries, losing players, and
our Bills don't win the AFC East, then you can crank up the temperature of that seat.
Fire him.
You don't have to fire him. The Jets could go on some crazy run.
I know, but if it's like the Jets win 10 games, win the division. Big Bro's getting fired.
We'll see. If the Bills win 10 games and don't win a division, might have to turn that meter up just a little bit. Just a little bit. But if you want to replace Sean McDermott with anybody, if you want to replace Sean McDermott with anyone, Antonio Pierce.
No.
No?
Wait, what are you saying?
Yeah.
You're saying replace Sean McDermott with
No,
Antonio
I'm
Pierce? Is that what
saying if, on the hot, who's on the
Oh
hot
yes,
seat?
yes, yes.
Who's on
Oh
the
yeah, I
hot
don't know
seat?
why Antonio Pierce
And
is not
why
there.
I don't I
Get this
understand.
fucker out of
I
here.
understand it's his first year, and he is gonna have the crutch of, oh, I had to start with Gardner Minshew, and he played so bad I had to put in Aiden O'Connell. So he's good.
No,
He's no, he's
It's
gonna get
his
1 year.
fault.
He's gonna get one. He bought himself 1 year.
He's gonna be fired. I mean, if he doesn't get
No,
fired after the season, it's gonna be mid-season next year.
no. Okay, but I'm saying he bought himself at least another year to start with.
I guess he had half of last season where he was interim, so it doesn't count.
What I'm
And
saying
then
is he's going to be
yes, he'll
able
have 1
to.
year, but it's the fact that he's teeter-tottering between these guys after a bad quarter is just bad coaching.
It is bad
Like
coaching,
Mike Tomlin, no matter how bad Justin Fields played, rode games out.
but he did it so early that he can say, I noticed. I noticed how poorly we were playing on offense or whatever. It's just look.
But
I,
it's
I
like,
understand you don't agree that that's the truth, but that's the narrative that's going to be pushed. It's going to earn him
yes.
one more year.
But the thing is, it's like when you, again, I maybe have said this before, when you have a steaming bag of shit on the field, I don't know why you would just pick up a different steaming bag of shit and put it on the field. Like,
Because
none of the moves for Aiden O'Connell have proved to be the correct move.
But that's the thing.
He still
There's
sucks.
no other move they can make at quarterback right
Then
now.
don't make a move.
So
Pick the
then,
more experienced guy who's been there before a little
but
bit.
in his eyes, Gardner sucks.
So does Aiden.
They both, and that's exactly
He's
why.
like, this is a business
And that's
decision.
why he's not on the hot seat. But he is talking his ass right
You know
onto
what
the
this?
hottest
You
seat.
know what this is?
What's up?
This is like if Dion was in the NFL. This is what Dion would do in the NFL.
Mm.
Dion would, because I mean, honestly, I think Antonio Pierce could run a college football team like Dion, where it's like, yeah, we gonna start taking accountability. People are gonna have to fess up for the actions, and
Mm-hmm.
it's like in the NFL, you don't attack players like that.
No,
These guys make millions. They're
make more
not
than you. Some of these guys
clawing
make
for
more than you.
fucking
Like,
fame or whatever the fuck. These guys are established NFL players. You, yeah, it's a different way of going about it than the way he is right now. So.
yeah.
Like Dion can shit on his players and shit on his sons and whatever. He has that protection of all that of college football. It's different.
And that's the thing. It's it, like, like he didn't have to do anything and would have been able to be like, I mean, look at what I got. But he's
Yeah,
rambling, talking shit about his own players, making these
yeah,
excessive moves at quarterback. It's like,
yeah.
no, you're just asking to be fired.
Exactly.
You're
Yeah,
just asking to
you're
be
trying to expedite the process by trying to overrule everything. It's like no, y'all just
fired.
suck.
But with all that being said, we predicted all of Week Seven's games. We discussed some Thursday night football, maybe some of the worst Thursday night football we've ever seen. Brady being a
I've seen
majority,
some bad football.
Brady being a
Minority.
minority owner, Jerry Jones ruining any legacy that the Dallas Cowboys have left is out the window. Some hot seats for coaches. Travis Hunter begging to win the Heisman this season.
He is.
Devin, is there anything you want to say before we get out of here?
No.
Interesting. That's deep.
I do enjoy. What's weird to me is how all of the good schools in college football somehow missed Ashton Genty.
Oh yeah, well he said. I mean, he had NIL deals at other schools. He said he didn't take them. He wanted to stay.
He said he wanted to play for Boise
Stay at
State.
Boise State, yeah. Because they were building something there, whatever the fuck he said.
He likes the blue field or some shit. Yeah, it's nuts. Yeah, so good for him. I hope. I mean, at this point, he's the Heisman front runner.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, last year at this point, it was fucking Shadur.
Last year,
Shadur was up there at the same level that Travis is at, third fucking place, and then guess what? Oregon. Boom. See you, buddy.
absolutely hilarious. But with all that being said, we'll be back on Tuesday to review every single week 7 game, preview week 8 Thursday night football, maybe go over some fantasy football, just chop it up, talk some sports shit. Devin, is there anything well, I already asked you anything else you want to say. You already brought up Chenti and shit, but I guess with all that being said, brand new episodes every Saturday and Tuesday. It has been me. It has been Devin. It has been real. We are out.